Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? This is Colin Ulrich.
And I'm Angry. Hello.
And guys, on Thursday we came to you from Slutsk East. On the other side of Slutsk, though, we have ourselves some infighting happening between some Germans. Rang, who's duking it out?
Left hand side in blue, we have Kato Megumi, .zz, we have Ringtown, with Vanguard income. Right hand side, we have Shaun playing as 352nd, with a balanced income.
This has absolutely nothing to do with the game overall. Why is it that, let's say, non-Americans, the classy people, say ZZ and not Z?
I have no idea, it's just how I've been brought up to say it. It's a really good etymological question.
I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with zombies. I might be wrong. Well, even as that happens, so Shaun sees his first troops get turned into, not just undead, but just very dead. As we have the light vehicles of Vintown just having their way early on with the much lighter 352nd material.
Yeah. That light armor is definitely going to work out rather well for Kato. I mean, he's got the Vanguard income, so he has a huge income boost. So I'm expecting a lot of good light vehicle play. To be fair for Shaun, he has Panharch, which also eat up, he only has the command runs with the 47 mils, but the runs with the 25 mil cannons really do eat up light vehicles.
Well, that's true, and also we have those Pack 36s, which against the Vindhound is going to be more than enough to do enough devastating damage. I mean, those guys are not packing very much armor.
No, they're not. Until the boatload of Panthers come out in sea phase, because Windhound has a lot of Panthers.
Certainly true. But we also have a couple P3Ls, and that's a weird thing to be saying at P3. But don't forget, guys, these are the really, really super upgun 50 mil cannons. Still very thin skin, so their life on the internet might be measured in milliseconds, but they can certainly pack a punch.
Yeah, but I do like seeing the classic German light armor opener. It's not something you see all too often anymore. Windhound is really good with that opener. Down south, it's not looking as good for Kato, as Shaun's pushing really hard. The Recon 204 dissing out against the Satch Troopen and the IG-18. Yeah.
But that's fine. I think that's why you're seeing that P3L coming in as well. So as long as the try-hard SPW doesn't get taken out with too much alacrity, shall we say, everything should be all right.
Yeah. And just like an SC-44, the problem with Windhound is they don't have a lot of infantry slots. So you pretty much are kind of forced to get a Satch Troop in an A phase, or just have a few Panzer Grenadiers.
Or just don't die, yes.
Just don't die. Yeah, just make sure your infantry don't get shot. Send the enemy a message saying, "Hello, please don't shoot my guys. Thank you very much. Regards, 116th Panzer Division."
Well, that is certainly one way to keep your health insurance premiums down. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that Shaun is really that concerned with keeping the money on the table. Ooh, one by one, the SPWs in the center of the map, I think, are going to find themselves rather overshadowed by this P3s.
Yeah.
We've got to keep waiting for that 47 mil shell to penetrate some of that skin, and just... not yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a really good, taking that, southern side is a really good play for Shaun, because holding that forest, it's pretty easy to. There's a lot of open ground, and as you can see, he's trying to play for the center southern flag right in the open, which you can do with just some cheap infantry. But Kato has the infantry support gun lineup, just smashing the grenadiers.
Also worth noting, we have an off-map 105 to the north. First one of those barrages is getting dropped down on that northern central hill. That thing is very, very important. You can see right now we're actually having Ju-88s getting dive bombing it as well. Sorry, 87s rather, making bombing runs on the northern town. So a lot of firepower being invested there. But when you hear such trooping, you have to do something to offset that.
Yeah, this is exactly what Kato needs to be doing. Satch aren't great, but backed up with high explosive fire support, they can be mediocre.
Nothing says you have a great division like having your infantry being called aggressively mediocre.
Yeah.
You can see right here the 105s keeping all of that German infantry head down, and I'm surprised. Yep, and there's the move order. So Kato not missing a beat here. He's got to be careful that one grenadier squad to the southern side of that town. There's one more Pigrian. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Late phase A Pigrians coming on in as well. So investing into just a little bit of true infantry.
Yeah, and really, I think that's what we're going to be seeing mainly from Kato. It's just regular Panzer Grenadiers brought out, because unvetted, you can get them in like the standard rifleman loadout of 9, 18, 27. For A, B, and C. So that's what you want to do. It's the most slot effective way to use your infantry.
Also worth noting if the second barrage being called on in. Northern Stug going to be engaging that SPW-234. I would retreat. That thing is worth way too much to get shot by the Stug.
Yeah. And he does lose it.
Yes, he does.
Panzer Frio, he's on the field, but doesn't have line of sight on said Stug, because that could kill the Stug.
Was I missing something? I could have sworn I saw artillery being called onto the northern town. Did that get somehow called off? What the heck?
Maybe.
I didn't really think that was truly possible, but alright. P3L is redirecting himself. He's going to move closer to that northern bridge to take out the Stug. I don't think the Stug is even... Nope, Stug is angled back to the appropriate direction, and I indeed might even engage some of this infantry.
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Filling out the classic fire support role Stug was originally built for.
Also worth noting, we have these Martyrs coming in, and unfortunately, the Martyr has no line of sight, and these P3Ls are just, I think, waiting for just a touch of their own.
Those P3s are in a perfect position to ambush anything that crosses that bridge. That's sneaky. That is sneaky.
Yeah, I don't think Shaun is really foolish enough, though, to cross that bridge. And as I say that, though, he's moving both a Stug and a Martyr 3 down almost to the water's edge. Almost.
Yeah. Got another Stuka run. Dead onto the infantry, but the infantry do survive. That infantry definitely keeping them alive. But second bomb run, actually trying to hit the other grenadiers, but not getting the kill.
P3s begin to engage the Stug down to the south. At least one does, and very effective in his kill. Only thing I've got to just nitpick about here for a second is that both those P3Ls apparently are just having some codependency issues because they are just like nuzzled up against each other with that chassis.
Yeah, one of them can only see an Armada 3 at the moment, which is... Yeah.
But, hey, one's enough, apparently. But as we've been saying that, looking around the rest of the field, first of all, we have like the olive oil face, Popeye kind of forming the map here. And looking down to the south, it still is that 204, along with those grenadiers out kind of holding the line. But that P3L is causing a bit of consternation, as well as upcoming SPW 234.
Yeah. This is definitely going pretty well for Kato for an A phase. He hasn't made any major breakthroughs, but he's got the momentum up north. He's got a lovely position in the middle, what's really, keeping him back from completely rolling over Shaun is his southern flank. Because Shaun still has pretty good control over it with just a few units.
Certainly true, and I don't think he's going to risk them by anything foolish. Actually, I kind of like these IG-18 and the PaK-36 sitting off the front line by a kilometer or two. It's such a small thing, but when the enemy breaks through, and he will certainly break through that kind of light screen that exists there, you got to have something there.
Yep. Gotta have that second line of defense.
Northern town, by the way, there is one officer, really, keeping the domination by Kato Megumi. And another bombing run on that grenadier just on the hillside. Yep. Yeah, it's just I'm actually not too surprised that Kato's winning town fights. He's got the A-Phase division, and also German infantry divisions. Infantry are really bad. Yeah.
So yeah.
It was that part of the war.
Yeah. Like, Panzer Grenadiers are so much better compared to regular German infantry because they just got two machine guns. And in the war of machine guns, having two is better than one the last time I checked.
Unless, of course, you only have one man, at which point two machine guns is a bit of a liability.
But that one man could just, like, akimbo two machine guns. Like,
Only if
yeah.
you're watching that Kurt Russell movie Soldier.
Yeah.
Sleeper hit from the 80s. Or early 90s, I can't remember at this point. But we are seeing Pack 36 as well as more Sicherungs being brought on in because we are into Phase B. So now it's time to be a little bit more scared if I am a Kato Megumi. That ZZ over there is going to be sleeping with the fishes, so if he's not careful.
Yeah, I mean, the income starts to hurt him now into B phase,
Sure.
20-point difference, but not too bad for now. Once C phase hit, it's when things get a bit ugly. But he's doing good. He's had some momentum. He has a bloody Panther up north now, and that's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with.
I actually really like the usage of this obsolete, ground attack bombers here.
Yeah, goddamn, Stukas are so good. Like, especially in, like, 1v1 matches like this, where it's not a lot of setup, anti-air, or
Yes.
fighters, you can... Like, yes, they're obsolete and slow, but they are so bloody accurate when you want something dead. And they make cool sounds and do, aerobatics.
It's just, there's something just so pleasing watching them do their entire process here.
It makes me happy.
And it's kind of a guilty happiness, though. It's like something you shouldn't be enjoying, but you kind of really do enjoy it.
Yeah. It's just a little loop-de-loop. All the other bombers just come in, hard and fast, but Stuka stays around for a little bit.
Yeah, it cuddles afterwards. Yeah, I got you.
It gets really close, maybe a little bit too close.
Worth noting, down south, the SPW is down, and it looks like there's just that one Pack 36 off the front line, really keeping those vehicles at bay. And what's coming in? Hankel's coming in. This is going to be really
a B3. That's not something I've seen in a while. The big cracker.
Well, the humorous thing about this, though, is that we have the Junker coming in one direction to go after the AT gun, and the Henkel coming in to go after the tank, so both those guys may find themselves without really any kind of targets in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's... Oh my god, I never really appreciated how much that thing lumbers.
I know, it's the slow. I mean, 280 kilometers an hour. That is slow.
Agility, mediocre.
Yep.
Checking back to the north real quick. Shockingly enough, I thought this was actually going to be much more in ZZ's favor. But for the moment, Shaun is being rather... What's the right term here? Resilient? Is that the right term, maybe?
Yeah, he's holding, like, rather well, like, regarding, like, his division. I mean, the up north, it's, he's slowly getting pushed back. Kato's doing a fantastic job of the rolling barrages and moving up with the infantry after the fact. I actually think Shaun's best bet in, like, pushing this back is actually, like, push down south in the center, because he does have the X-Panthers of his division, and I believe also Pack 43s, which are very good anti-tank guns.
Certainly true. Down to the south, though, the front line's going to change rather rapidly here in a moment. Because, again, there's that one IG-18, there's a Pack 36 way out of position to the north. And outside of that, I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, holy crap, her Stukas are just coming in constantly now. That is pretty scary. Shaun really needs some anti-air or some more fighters.
ME-109 going after the Henkel eventually.
Yeah, we all know how this is going to turn out. The 109 is going to take forever to get onto the Henkel.
Junker goes down.
Yep. Maybe
the ME-109? Yeah.
Yeah. The other 109 could come in and save his buddy. Maybe.
I don't know, there's a Möbelwagen there. Not for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
The Möbelwagen, we barely ever see it. But it is a very good platform, all things considered.
It is. It's very mobile.
The stars are not yet quite aligning here. Ooh, the flak Vierling actually on the ground is going to keep, I would argue, that Henkel quite safe. I think he's just trying to limp his way over to it now. So the question is, what kills what first? My money's actually on the anti-aircraft.
Yeah. I mean, 420 mils is really going to mess up at 109.
He's going after the Junker instead.
Ah, no!
Oh, that was
No!
that is both supremely unlucky and lucky at the same time. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That's a pretty big loss losing that B3. That is an expensive plane.
But we do have about, a company's worth of infantry being dropped off to the bottom. Four squads of grenadiers. I'm sorry, 2 grenadiers and 2 Sicherungs, rather, with a leader unit. Really nice decision there, as we also see another swathe of grenadiers being thrown into the north. So the only unfortunate thing, really, for ZZ is that old little Kato over here doesn't really have anything pounding those arterials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... I mean, Shaun is still holding... I mean... I don't know, I feel like... if Kato just keeps up the pressure, Shaun's pretty much buggered. But at the same time, we gotta see how Kato's C phase is. Because he's been, throwing a lot of stuff on the field. He's lost a lot of those, Panzer IIIs and light vehicles. So really have the numbers later on.
That is certainly true. Now, we do have a couple... We have, another rush of Hans McQueen, apparently. Him and his buddies are all going to that same forest.
That is a bizarre call. But hey, I mean, we're going to have a little bit of a flame war going on.
Well, in the meantime, Junkers are going out to the south to take out the new, let's say, stronghold of German infantry. And it's not going to go beautifully for the attacking Sicherungs. At least not for long. Okay.
Yep.
And the second one, there we go.
109 having a hard time getting onto the Stuka.
But alright, I'm interested to see how this flame war goes. First
Yeah, actually, shot down one. That's pretty good. Every Stuka dead will definitely save Shaun, infantry later on.
True. So I'm watching this flame push over here in the center.
Oh, yeah. Flame roar. Oh, good smoke here, trying to block the 2-3 run and machine gun from shooting.
But there's still a P3 over here on the other side, like quite a good distance away.
Yeah. There's so many flams.
Yeah.
And he's following up with infantry afterwards. That's how you do it, and that's gonna bring it back to 11-13, something a little bit more manageable. But yeah, it's a Stuka.
Well, definitely the well-sung heroes of today.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down to the south in the meantime as well, that push that would look so beautiful, well, that's not going anywhere right now, and oh my god, he's hitting them again.
Yeah, Kato has got a 2-3-4 in a fantastic position.
Well, let us also not forget the fact that we have the Junkers over here that have basically shut down this entire town push by allowing Kato's flamethrowers to capture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man alive. T-34 does go down. Couldn't tell you from what, though.
We got more reinforcements down south of Flagville Inn and more infantry, so... Actually, that could really reverse things, as Kato's very much has run dry down south. Only, 2 Panzer Grenadier squads left. And that Flagville Inn will be able to, ward off those pesky Stukas. And heck, can even kill infantry. It's really good at killing infantry.
Yes, it is. It's easy to kill infantry when they put their hands up and surrender, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
Worth mentioning the Sicherungs, unfortunately for this Pigren, he is just a bit out of range from using his Faust. Had he been able to use the Faust, it could have been exceedingly deadly.
Yeah. Shaun's going in for the home run here down south. He's trying to get into the opposing town, but we've got an IG and also a Stuka trying to stop that Grenadier. But that's not going to be enough, I think. Oh, no, never mind.
I was going to say, you bite your tongue, man. He's got this. There we go. And his push is pretty much dead.
He maybe unloaded that Grenadier just a little bit earlier. He might have survived. But he's gonna try the same thing now, but with Ersatz trooping. A lot of Ersatz trooping. Holy moly.
I saw 4 come on. I didn't even see more than that. Oh no, because he's probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Let's say the P Grand's coming on in from the other side with Hammerschmidt in the lead, as well as Kessler right behind. I'm surprised that this IG-18 actually has, first of all, has survived, and second of all, has any shells left.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he's been there almost since the beginning of the match.
I mean, he's doing a real good job. I mean, that flag villain is very worried. Now shaken.
Yeah, I'd be shaken too if I was getting shot at by a 75 mil
Yeah.
support cannon. Checking out back up to the north in the meantime to see the constant meat grinder that has been this town. And it's so weird to watch a town fight become a meat grinder with vehicles as opposed to infantry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kato's doing a very good job with all the half-tracks, all the tanks, keeping them, back to support. The AA actually doing a pretty good job shooting down one Stuka, and the second one does manage to get out, but look at that off-map. That is not accurate, dead on, but it's not too bad either.
True. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to hit anything this airsat spam that's coming in to the north as well.
Oh boy, just... yes, that spam.
The airsat spam. But it'd be interesting to see actually what happens with this artillery strike to the north. To the south, I'm a little bit more concerned about Kato's kind of defenses because they are, how shall we say, absent. But hey, stranger things have happened before, I'm sure. Especially against airsats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Shaun is still, he's barely clinging onto the mat still. He still has quite a few points left before he loses, so to speak. And time is on his side, so maybe he will just be able to outproduce Kato.
That is certainly the hope. As of right now, his airsats trooping are not going to fill me with a ton of, shall we say, enthusiasm or optimism. Is that maybe the better term?
Yeah. Yeah, but Kato's doing pretty decent still. I mean, I think his best bet is probably pushing either along the northern town or south. As in the mid, he's been pushed back quite a bit, losing that town position there. But he's still got the infantry, he's got more the half-tracks and off-map, so it is working. Just slower now.
Yes. Yes, it certainly does seem that way, doesn't it? Unfortunately for him, he drops his last strike over there too deep to really be of any kind of true consequence. Yeah. And a 380 off-map going the other direction, this is going to be... Ouch.
Oh yeah, it was Russian front divisions have some pretty crazy off-map. I completely forgot. And we got some more IG-18s. This is where the heavy guns start coming into play.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, those 380s are gonna hit. Yeah, and he's just gonna move up with all the airsats.
What airsats are not, panicked, but yes.
Yeah. A Stuka up north, he's just gonna run into some nasty fire.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like the one thing that needed to happen... Ooh, and another one goes down. So had been keeping him in the match the entire time, and unfortunately now is not going to do it for him. Here comes the first shot. Oof, drops short. Green on green moment here.
Yeah. Both sides are getting pounded, by off-map. No one's going to be moving up. But he does kill one off-map truck. It might have been out of ammunition, I think.
True. Not 100% sure which one that was. Now, my one gripe over here from, Kato Megumi at this point is like, where there's anti-air. Shell that area, please. You've seen it happen more than a few times. The anti-air is taking away your most potent weapon.
Yeah. Those Stukas were really keeping him in the game. And if he loses too many of them, they won't be able to keep him in the game, scientifically speaking.
True. I've reworked the numbers a couple of times, but I think you're right. More IG-18s, PAC-40s. We have all these tiny little, combat groups being brought on in. And they are going to be more than enough. Question is, things like a Panther shooting down a single road. this could be rather negative.
Yeah. Yeah, Panther up north has been in a. I think he's been there like majority of the time since like the start of B phase, and just being able to shoot down that road is huge. Also, being able to shoot Panther railway artillery is also huge. Yeah.
Yeah, but why'd you need to here, Pack 40? Pack 40 can kill him. And it does. So, we are going to see some of the Soviet, Shaun's infantry, the ostensibly communist infantry, getting taken out here, but that just clears the way for the 380 to have, remove any kind of friendly fire.
Yeah.
And Kato is looking more and more mechanized and less thumpa.
We have a B3 in the middle, managed to knock out a Panzer 3, and he's still flying around, and there's not really much okay, there's a mobile wagon, so maybe it would be a good time to leave B3 before you get shot down.
Nonsense, full attack.
Full retreat now.
That was a gentleman's withdrawal. That was not really a full retreat.
A slow backwards advance.
Exactly. Never let the enemy see you run, lads. To the north, the last artillery barrage is being called on that what remains of Kato Megumi's troops in that town. In fact, at this point, is literally one lone Panzer Grenadier, and I feel really terrible for him. Poor guy. And I don't know. I think the Junkers might have all been killed. I haven't seen them in quite some time.
Yeah, they've taken some heavy casualties. So I wouldn't be too surprised if that was the case. And Kato is still doing a pretty good job in C phase, holding on. He's not managing to actually get any point advantage over Shaun, but he's still fighting. But he really needs to get a flag or two because time is not on Kato's side.
No, it is not. It's getting to the point that he's even bringing up his mobile wagons to theoretically, I would say, even get some maybe anti-infantry concerns here. I mean, while the 352nd continues to pour more and more of those freaking air such trooping right back onto the map.
Yep. I mean, in C phase, I'm guessing he has all of us such trooping cards and just regular grenadiers, which is what you do with a, German infantry division.
True. You throw bodies at the machine until it clogs up.
Yeah. That's what I could for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, otherwise, why would you have the whole, wannabes? The blocking detachments, shall we say?
Reserve troops.
Yeah, but reserves make it sound like they're actually capable. I don't know. Maybe that's just my EU4 kind of moment here, being like, yeah, you know what, reserves. I mean, they're just as good as the frontline guys. They'll die just as well. We do have the occasional MG42 that's just kind of trying to hold back this oncoming tide, and I don't think that's going to happen. Please go ahead.
No, I just think that I think Kato's running out.
I do feel... Oh, look, finally, at long last, an Opel Blitz. It actually might be the first Opel Blitz we've seen, or first supply truck we've seen all week.
I think it is. The past two replays have been short, to be fair, but yeah, actually, something's going to get resupplied, which is nice.
One thing that needs to get resupplied, too, is that mortar half-track. Mortar half-track is the only way any kind of air power comes back in to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Although, at the moment, I do not believe that's going to go and be... How do I put this delicately? Worthwhile?
Yeah.
Is that how you Canadians say it?
Yeah, worthwhile.
Okay, I wasn't sure. The accent.
That's how we speak the English up here.
We speak the kings and all that.
Mm-hmm.
380 off map going after the anti-air, like that is the kind of calling we should be seeing.
Yeah.
Going after that anti-air. That
especially open top anti-air, like that rule. I mean, really most anti-air is open top, to be fair, but yeah, Mother Rankin is probably going to be toast.
At the same time, this AirSAT's approach, yeah, probably get bogged down for a bit, but who really cares? I mean, like you said, AirSAT's troopers are meant to be shot.
Mm-hmm. And, Shaun's starting to build a little bit of an artillery park. He has the 281 mils as well as a 105 mil, which is starting to pound Shaun's front lines. And it's still Trove. I mean, it's been Trove for like 10 minutes now.
But
and
Sorry.
I feel like it can go either way. Well, I feel like it's going to go Shaun's way, actually, looking at the map, because
Yeah.
there's not much blue dots on the map anymore, on the mini-map.
Well, I was going to say, one thing about Shaun, though, is that Shaun very much plays that kind of, especially in the infantry stuff, you have to do it. He plays that kind of concentrate firepower, stabilize the front lines, just wait him out, wait him out, wait him out, wait him out. And I think it's definitely happening here.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually seen our first Yak Panther being brought in. I'm actually surprised you haven't seen much heavy armor in this match at all. I mean, you had like one Panther, and that's really it.
Well, you don't have a lot of it from the blue side because you have things like this B3 coming on in, and it's going to be rather negative for these poor P4Js. He's not even going to try to move.
No. No, actually, I think artillery killed him. Or an infantry support can.
Really? I see one shell's gone, so maybe I'm incorrect there. Well, another 380 comes in. That's important enough.
Yeah.
I think that's the final one too. So on the plus side, you're not going to get devastated by that again. On the negative side, you've lost so much of those already.
Yeah, and I think what's really going to kill Kato is his southern flank. It is completely barren, and a few SS trooping is all it takes to, get to the other side. There's a Stuka. There's still a Stuka that is alive.
But the thing is, he's only going to be able to kill one of them. There's still another Sikurungs in the area, and those guys, I mean, pretty fancy smancy as well. They could do their job.
They're not bad actually, Sikurungs, for what they are. The nice thing is their little anti-tank grenade launcher, because that can it's actually very potent against light vehicles. As
we're about to find out, I warrant.
Yeah, if he can unload at the edge of the town, that would be a perfect defensive position to knock out some Panzer Grenadier half-tracks.
Well, and we're about to see the first one of these in just a second here. With a range on that thing again, 300. This turns into one of those moments from the Kingdom of Heaven. It's like 300, step by step, just like trebuchets and onagers are just throwing it all at each other. Here we go.
What was it worth?
Everything. And indeed, yes, with these P guns unfortunately going on by, and they're not even getting out of their vehicles in time.
Jump!
This has just turned into a bridge too far.
Yeah. Bring out the Sikarung!
Yep. And I think wisely enough, Kato says, you know what? That's it. You've beaten me. I'm tapping.
Yeah. And look at the kills. Yeah, Shaun getting out advantage. I want to see what killed that Panther Fort towards the end.
Okay, I'm going to start taking a look for actually the ground attack plants over here from...
Oh, it's a B3, yeah, correct.
B3? Okay. Yep. I saw him go down one shell, and I wasn't sure. 3 kills from overall. Not really a lot, so not really staying true to his name, but 3 kills, 2 Panzers and a 250 Mark 8. Now from the losses side, Junker. One Junker's got 4 kills. Another Junker, just 1. 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like the Junkers, it's one of those things that I feel like they should be killing so much, and they kill a decent amount. But it's just the morale damage that they do.
Yeah. It's also, they're very good at killing one unit completely. So, you use them very tactically. You're not... Sometimes you expect them to kill more than what they're worth. They're pretty cheap, to be fair. But what makes them so useful is being able to say, yeah, there's an anti-tank gun in that forest. I currently don't like it shooting my tanks. I need it dead in 30 seconds. Call it bazooka. And unlike other bomber planes, if it's relatively small bomb loadout, it does it's a very good chance that anti-tank gun will be completely kaput once the bombs are dropped.
I should hope so. I should certainly hope so.
Yeah, I think that's a very classic example of, an A-phase division for a C-phase division. As we see Shaun just barely hold throughout the majority of the match till C-phase kicks in, and even then he's still barely holding until towards the very end.
Well, that's the rope-a-dope that we always talk about.
Yeah. It's tough, I think, to play those C-tier divisions because it really sucks in those first 20 minutes to play a match where you're just losing constantly, and just to stay motivated and to feel like I can maybe counterattack this eventually once I get the economy.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
that's the thing, though, is that we saw it happen. We saw Vanguard versus a late game, and that's how you play.
Yeah.
And that's how you have to play Vintown too, for the most part.
They're aggressive.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
it worked early on, you know. Kato
It
did a
did.
really good job with those light vehicles, but then they all died. And then things wasn't good for him. The Greyhound couldn't race anymore.
No, unfortunately, we had to take it to the farm upstate.
Mm-hmm.
But as we kind of ponder happy places and happier times, any final words of wisdom for this week?
None at all.
So, guys, a couple days ago, real quick, we also did mention the whole idea of you guys sending in some crazy kind of map
Oh,
artwork.
yeah!
So, legitimately, if you guys are making any kind of crazy map stuff with the front lines, do send it into either Rang or me. There could be some really crazy stuff, nuts, cool, obscene, nifty, just strange. Go for
Just
it.
anything.
Exactly.
Just anything. Like, just
Exactly.
upload it to either, like, just send it to us in Discord, put it on my, like, Discord server or whatever. I'd be really interested to see if anyone, can come up with some cool frontline art in SD2.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'd be worth something for you.
Mhm.
But guys, until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru, take it easy.